G'day and welcome to the Safe Watchkeeping module, which is designed to raise your awareness of the importance of safe watchkeeping. Occasionally, a crew member will be asked by the skipper to keep watch in the wheelhouse as the vessel steams to a new location. This duty often serves to relieve the skipper so they can deal with an issue on deck, complete engine room checks or maintenance, get some rest or sleep, or have a meal in the galley. Watchkeeping duty may be required for just a few minutes or for several hours. To be an effective watchkeeper, the crew member must be alert and maintain a proper lookout at all times whilst on watch, using all means possible to maintain the boat on a safe and steady course, and if necessary, to change course or speed in response to an approaching hazard. This means using eyes and ears and all available means to observe, monitor and respond effectively and appropriately to an approaching hazard. It also means knowing exactly where you are at all times, knowing the number and proximity of other boats and other navigational hazards in the area, and responding appropriately to any risk of collision in ample time and in a manner that is unmistakable to others on another boat. To be an effective watchkeeper, the crew member must also be trained by the skipper and given clear instructions. This includes being familiar with the watchkeeping standing orders, which describe generic do's and don'ts of watchkeeping under a wide range of steaming conditions. Standing orders are usually specific to the boat, usually written down and should be clearly available to the watchkeeper. Standing orders must also describe circumstances when the watchkeeper is to alert the skipper. For example, if he or she has any concerns or is uncertain about anything. As the watchkeeper commences their watch, they will be given additional instructions by the skipper or crew member that is being relieved of watchkeeping duty. This instruction must include location of boats or other hazards in the area, steaming destination and course, and any other relevant information, including duration of watch, presence of individuals working on deck, changes in weather conditions, and the name of the next watchkeeper. As they commence their watch, the new watchkeeper must check for themselves the position of the boat, its course and speed, and search for hazards visually and using the radar. Only when the new watchkeeper is satisfied should the relieved watchkeeper leave the wheelhouse. The standing orders are guided by the International Regulations for Preventing Collisions at Sea, or COLREGs for short, which describe safe and appropriate watchkeeping practice. The COLREGs state that the watchkeeper should operate the boat at a safe speed, which allows effective action to be taken to avoid collision with another boat or navigational hazard and within an appropriate distance of the boat or hazard. In determining a safe speed, consideration must be given to the state of visibility, proximity and number of other boats nearby, speed and manoeuvrability of your boat and that of others, the state of wind, sea, current or tide, the proximity of other navigational hazards, and the available water depth. The COLREGs also state that a watchkeeper must use all available means to determine if a risk of collision exists, and if in doubt, to assume that the risk is real and imminent. A simple way to do this is to monitor if the compass bearing of an approaching boat or other hazard changes with time. If the bearing remains unchanged, then a risk of collision is deemed to exist. Note, however, that even if a bearing change is made, a risk of collision may still exist if the boat is at close range, is very large, or is engaged in a tow. The action taken to avoid collision must be substantial and made in ample time. Any course or speed changes must be obvious and unmistakable to the approaching boat. Multiple small course or speed changes should be avoided. Effective watchkeeping is therefore much more than simply sitting in the skipper's chair gazing out the window. It means getting out of the chair and using the radar at frequent intervals to identify the presence and number of other boats and navigational hazards, and to monitor the approach of squalls and storms. It means looking at the navigational plotter or chart at frequent intervals to determine or plot the boat's position and proximity to charted hazards, and looking at the echo sounder to determine the available water depth. It also means scanning the horizon for boats or navigational hazards that you may not have detected on the radar, plotter or chart, visually monitoring the presence and safety of other crew working on the deck, being on the lookout for floating debris that may damage the hull or foul the propeller, and in heavy weather, monitoring seas and swells and adjusting speed and or course if necessary. It also means listening to the radio for warnings and or distress signals from other boats, and keeping a close eye on engine and other gauges to ensure all machinery is running normally. Watchkeeping in heavy weather can be particularly demanding, not only to hang on and maintain balance, but also to maintain an effective lookout. In such conditions, it may also be difficult to identify other boats or navigational hazards on the radar screen, particularly if there is also heavy rain. It may also be difficult to spot such hazards visually, as the boat rises and falls in a swell, or are hidden by heavy rain, fog or mist. In such weather, it is important to be more alert and to more frequently check for hazards. As a result of training by the skipper and subsequent watchkeeping instructions, a watchkeeper should know when and how to alter course or speed if the weather deteriorates. For example, a course adjustment may be necessary to reduce the pitching or rolling motion of the boat, or the speed reduced suddenly when steaming towards a large approaching wave. And if crew are working on the deck, it may be necessary to warn them of an approaching large wave so they can hang on or take evasive action. That said, if the weather rapidly deteriorates or is severe enough, the skipper should be alerted if not already aware of the weather. The skipper may then take over the helm so they can make a decision about the boat's speed and heading. Working on a fishing boat is tough and demanding, and fatigue must be managed. The problem with fatigue is that it impairs judgment, decision-making ability and physical ability, often without the affected person being aware. The consequences of a fatigued watchkeeper may include damage or loss of fishing gear, equipment or boat, personal injury or other crew, and perhaps even loss of life. Managing fatigue on a fishing boat is not easy, and information to reduce fatigue is provided in the Fatigue Management module. If a watchkeeper is suffering from acute fatigue and cannot remain awake during their watch, they should wake the skipper or other crew member and ask to be replaced. There is no shame in being tired and seeking a replacement, as close calls, groundings and collisions are the price paid for falling asleep behind the wheel. Instruction for fatigued watchkeepers should also be covered in the boat's standing orders. 3 final points. 1. It is essential that any standing orders are closely followed by the watchkeeper. This might include the frequency of radar and visual observations, which may be every 10 or 15 minutes or less, depending on the circumstances at the time. Standing orders must also be included in the SMS. 2. If in doubt about anything, do not hesitate to alert the skipper, even if they are asleep. The standing orders should also state the skipper is to be alerted if the watchkeeper has any concerns, even if they seem minor or trivial. It is better to be safe than sorry. 3. Your watch ends only after you have been replaced by the skipper or other crew member in the wheelhouse, and you have informed them of the boat's position, the presence of any boats or navigational hazards in the area, or any other important points, issues or concerns related to the safe navigation of the boat, and that they have double-checked the boat's position, course, speed and presence of nearby navigation hazards themselves, and indicated that they are satisfied and ready to take over watchkeeping duty. Congratulations, you have now finished this module. Now let's go and review the material that we covered.